and gentlemen, we have with us as a guest briefer today from the Legal Service, Police Superintendent Lyra Estela Valera, the Public Information Officer of the PNP Legal Service, and Chief Inspector Dagal Masigla. Ganda ng pangalan, ano? Madangal na Masigla pa. Servicing Legal Officer of the PNP Legal Service. Attorney Lyra, ikaw muna mauna, no? Ikaw na? Sige, thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I will present the unit briefing for the PNP Legal Service. Ako po ang Public Information Officer ng aming unit. The scope of my presentation will be as follows. I will first present our functions, ang mga tungkulin na ginagampanan ng aking unit, and I will present the flagship projects of the Legal Service which are aligned to our functions. Our functions are as follows. First of all, we serve as the legal counsel of the Chief PNP. And we also study contracts affecting the PNP and submit recommendations. The Legal Service renders legal opinion on matters pertaining to PNP administration and PNP operations. At kami rin po ay nagpo-provide ng legal assistance to our policemen. And of course, we also perform other functions as directed. With respect to our function as the primary legal counsel of the PNP, meron po kaming proyekto nasa kasulukuyan. We have an existing memorandum of agreement with the Office of the Solicitor General. Under this memorandum of agreement, the OSG deputized our legal officers to handle cases of the PNP in court. Alam po natin na ang Office of the Solicitor General ang primary lawyer ng ating gobyerno. But when it comes to cases involving the PNP or the interests of the PNP, the legal service is able to request for deputation from the OSG. And in coordination with the OSG lawyers, our own lawyers handle these cases in court. Our data shows that beginning 2008, we have already handled 109 cases in court. Of these 109 cases, 45 na po dito ang may decision ng korte, and 91% of these cases with decisions by the court are winning cases for the PNP. The pending more than 60 cases are still ongoing trial. Ito po yung breakdown ng ating pending cases. Karamihan po ito are injunction cases. By the data alone, makikita nyo po na karamihan po ng mga actions na or operations na ginagawa ng ating mga units are encounter injunction cases in court. And for these cases in court, the PNP Legal Service renders legal representation. Another flagship project that is aligned to our primary function of serving as the legal counsel is our existing MOA with the National Prosecutor Service. Alam po natin na ang ating mga prosecutors, ang primary officers that can prosecute criminal cases in court. However, with this existing MOA with the Department of Justice, the legal service is able to request for deputation from the NPS. Ang ibig sabihin po nun, ang ating mga abogado ay nade-deputize ng ating mga prosecutors to also prosecute criminal cases in court. The ones that our PNP operatives filed. Halimbawa, yung mga cases na nafa-file ng CIDG, nakakahingi po tayo ng deputation sa NPS dyan so that we will already prosecute it in court. In our first year implementation of this MOA alone, meron na po tayong 77% accomplishment rate. Ibig sabihin po, out of the 31 criminal cases that are referred to the PNP Legal Service by our chiefs of police in the cities and in the provinces, a total of 24 are already being prosecuted right now by legal service lawyers. Inaasahan po natin that in the following years that we will implement this MOA, mas lalawak pa ang involvement and participation ng legal service lawyers sa pagpo-prosecute ng PNP criminal cases. According to our functions of studying contracts and rendering legal opinions, we have 3 flagship projects. First, we established our electronic law library. Napakahalaga sa amin ng data on legal references. This is an electronic library which contains digitized legal references relevant to our lawyers when conducting research. Sa pamamagitan po ng ganitong facility, napapadali po ang pag-research ng legal officers natin on legal questions, and it's easier for us to render responsive, timely, and sound legal opinions. At ang legal opinion naman po ay ginagamit ng ating mga commanders to influence, to shape, to guide in their decision making. Sa ngayon po, we have over 3,000 digitized legal references in this electronic law library. It's accessible to all our legal officers nationwide. Marami po kaming legal officers even in the regions. Another project that we have is the full utilization of our servicing legal officers. Marami po kami mga legal officers that we have filled in our PNP, different PNP offices here in Camp Crame. Mostly, our servicing legal officers give legal guidance, legal opinion, and legal advice to our commanders, especially in PNP administrative matters. Sa ngayon, we have a total of 20 servicing legal officers. Kung mapapansin nyo po, we have deployed our servicing legal officers sa CIDG, sa AIDSOT on drug-related cases, even in DPL to assist in our legislative agenda before the Congress, and even in ABSE group, meron din po kaming servicing legal officer dyan to assist the commanders in that unit. Another project that we have is the ensuring the timeliness of our legal opinion. Kadalasan po, ang mga nire-request na legal opinion ng ating commanders from the legal service are time-bound. Time is of the essence, and so we drew up guidelines in as to how to act on requests for legal opinion. Next. Back mo. Another function is the provision of legal assistance and advice to the PNP. Here we are very pleased to announce to our policemen that we have revitalized our facility, which we call the Panyerong Police at your service 24/7. The Panyerong Police is a facility wherein duty legal advisors are available all the time, 24/7, 7 days a week, so that they are available to us, answer legal questions or requests for legal guidance by our policemen on the ground, lalo na kapag nagkakandak ng police operations. For 2015, we regularly and constantly receive queries from our policemen nationwide. Another flagship project is the adoption of standard lecture package. Isa po sa pamamagitan o pamamaraan ng legal service to give legal advice to our personnel is to conduct seminars and lectures. And when conducting seminars and lectures on the law, on the jurisprudence, we have made it a point that we have adopted a standard lecture package. The idea is, with a standard lecture package, any lawyer may be invited by any commander or by any unit to conduct lecture and seminar to their personnel on legal matters or law. Example, yung bago nating firearms law, or yung ating law on search and seizure, o yung ating law on drugs. Ito po yung listahan ng ating available standard lecture package. Naka-highlight po dito ang aming standard lecture package for the Omnibus Election Code. We are anticipating that there is a very high need for the legal service to educate our policemen on the ground on what are election-related offenses and how to handle election-related offenses and how to assist police commanders during the election period, and for which reason we have made available a standard lecture package on that topic. Sa other functions ng legal service, the legal service now has a data management system. It's electronic. Next, please. We have also adopted an expeditious and less paper means of communication. In terms of human resources, the PNP Legal Service continues to enhance the competencies and capacity of our lawyers. And we have taken care of promoting our personnel because we understand and we believe and we recognize that a personnel team with a high morale will also be more productive in rendering our responsive and timely legal services to the PNP and its personnel. That ends our presentation. Thank you.
Ngayon pong 2015, ilan na yung hinahawakang kaso ng legal service na mga pulis na nakasuhan po ng mga pulis? Tutulungan ng legal service?
According to our data, nationwide, we have a total of 426 policemen being assisted by our lawyers with respect to their cases in court. And in 2012, the breakdown is as follows. In 2012, there are 118 policemen nationwide. In 2013, there are 24 policemen nationwide being assisted by our legal service officers. In 2014, 82. And in 2015, 202. Ang tinutukoy po natin dito ay yung mga policemen natin with service-related cases in court. Ganyan po karami ang mga policemen personnel natin na naa-assistahan ng legal service ngayon. For 2014, we have 82 policemen.
Ma'am, clarification, yung 2015, 200 plus po.
202, ma'am.
So yung 426, yung total na ilagay?
Tama po. Total po yon from 2012 to 2015.
So usually, ano mga kaso? Para kasing biglang lumobo from 2014 na 82, 2015, 202. Ano po kalimitang nagiging kaso?
Hindi naman sa biglang lumobo. It really depends on the kind of operations that our policemen conduct. Maaaring for 2015, mataas ang data because we have launched, the command has launched a new project on Lambat Sibat. And when conducting these operations, ang ating policemen on the ground are vulnerable to service-connected cases. Ang ibig sabihin ng Lambat Sibat is net and spear, di ba? In conducting these police operations, we can pretty much tell with these statistics that many countersuits are being filed against our policemen. So maybe that explains the sharp increase from 82 in 2014 to 202 personnel in 2015.
Anong cases madalas?
Iba't iba po. Mga kadalasan na cases dito is yung the ones arising out of service of search warrants, the ones arising from arrests, yung mga ganyang klase. Checkpoints, meron din tayo niyan. So,
Basically, yung pinafile na case against them?
Halimbawa, isang halimbawa niyan is pagka nag-implement ng search warrant inside the house, most service-connected cases being faced by our personnel include extortion, trespassing, illegal trespassing. Yan po ang mga madalas na nakakaharap na kaso ng mga policeman natin in the field.
Paano natin pinipili? Paano natin baka mamaya yung miscase ay hindi naman talaga or ginawa naman talaga na yun. Paano natin pinipili among them kung sino yung dapat tulungan nito?
Maingat ang PNP Legal Service sa pagpipili ng ating mga policeman na bibigyan ng assistance. We have developed a mechanism. We in fact have a guidelines wherein we are able to determine through a board which acts are really service-connected. Sa pamamagitan po ng Legal Assistance Board, nasa sala or natitimbang ng mabuti kung ang particular act na ito ay service-related ba. and worthy of extending legal assistance by the legal service.
Sino yung composition po nun? You have
Dito po sa National Headquarters, ang ating pong Legal Assistance Board ay headed by the Chief of the Directorial Staff. Ang mga members po nito, of course, is yung ating Director for Personnel and Records Management because this is personnel issue. At saka ang ating Directorate for Investigation and Detective Management. DC, because it will also involve the use of our funds. At saka ang ating legal service. Ang maganda po sa aming revised guidelines in 2012, we have made the CESPO, the Chief Executive Officer ng mga ating PNCO, a member of the board. Kasi si CESPO po ang nagiging boses ng ating mga PNCO sa board na to upang i-justify kung ang isang particular act could pass as a service-related case or incident. At ang maganda po nito, nag-activate din po tayo ng regional legal assistance boards natin in the police regional offices upang mapalapit sa ating mga policemen ang avenue kung saan sila makakapag-apply for legal assistance.
Do they apply personally sa legal service for legal help?
That's right. According to our guidelines, they are supposed to fill out our forms. They will go to the heads of our regional legal service offices there, and they will apply. They will submit documentary requirements. Example, yung halimbawa spot report o halimbawa documentation to prove that they are part of a raiding team, an implementing team, an endorsement, of course, from their chief of police. And all these documentary requirements will serve as the supporting documents to assist the board, to aid the board in determining if a particular act is service-connected.
Ma'am, halimbawa, magre-retire na yung isang police, tapos, nakalapit naman binigyan ng assistance. Tapos saan dito siya mag-retirement? Covered pa ba siya yung assistance niya?
Ideally, sa aming circular kasama yan. There are provisions in our circular that guarantees or tries to ensure that they will still be covered by the legal assistance provided by the LS even beyond their retirement. Ang mahalaga lang sa amin, legal service I guess, is our lawyers will not be representing policemen for acts that are not service related.
Diba, may 200 plus million na nadadagdag. Para sa mga nakasalamat siya, do we have enough lawyers to represent lahat ng mga fees natin?
Sa ngayon, ang lawyers ng PNP Legal Service ay umangat lang ng konti sa 100. And these 100 legal officers are distributed to the different regional and provincial offices ng PNP nationwide. Talaga pong hindi sapat o mayroong kaunting kakulangan sa lawyers ng PNP Legal Service to handle these cases. But to address this difficulty, the legal service has an agreement with our PAW, and we also have a memorandum of agreement with the IBP. With respect to PAW, ang PAW po ay may sariling guidelines din kung paano sila makakapag-extend ng assistance, legal assistance sa ating personnel. But it is mainly dictated by merit and indigency test. So for those cases which can be accommodated by the PAW, nakikipag-ugnayan po ang legal service upang matugunan din nila ang pangangailangan ng ating mga policemen. But for cases that will not pass the standards or the guidelines of the PAW, ito po yung mga kaso na kami pong legal service lawyers na ang humahandle.
Paano yung agreement niyo with PAW, di ba, indigency? May trabaho yung mga police, so paano silang papasok sa qualification?
Yes, ma'am. Meron po ang PAW na circular guaranteeing free legal assistance to our police non-commissioned officers. Ito po
Non-commissioned lang?
Yes, ma'am. Opo. Ito po isa sa mga guidelines na ipinatupad ng ating PAW in 2011-2012 sa pakikipag-ugnayan na rin po ng legal service sa kanila.
Okay lang sa police yun, ma'am. Okay lang.
O marami naman pong nakaka-avail niya dyan. Ang PAW,
Pinanalo naman mo na kaso.
sir, hindi namin hawak ang data ng PAW. We will check with the PAW kung ano ang data nila.
Sa legal service, ilan ang napapanalo?
Marami din kaming napapanalo. You know, many of these cases that we handle are really not the controversial kind or the sensational kind. These are the legal problems of our ordinary policemen who are not really receiving high salary from the government. So, sa amin, kung mayroon kaming mapamotion to dismiss, meron kaming ma-settle, meron kaming mai-ayos na kaso dyan, winning case na sa amin yon relative to the kind of respondent that we are servicing. Lalo na pag PNC o yan, tagumpay na rin sa amin iyon.
Pero may figure tayo.
Ma'am, wala kaming data ngayon kung ano po ang status nitong 202 personnel for 2015. I would presume marami dito, if not majority, ay ongoing pa kasi 2015 pa lang ito.
Previous cases.
Ma'am, wala kasi akong data noon, but we can ask the staff ng legal service to provide data as to the status of cases dating back ng 2012 para we can somehow have a picture.
Kung ang isang pulis na kasuhan, hinawakan ng or tinulungan ng legal service, meron bang ginagastos pa yung pulis?
Opo. Hindi po maiiwasan yung paggagastos, pag-shoulder ng pulis ng mga costs na yan. Marami pong incidental costs. There are many incidental costs entailed from a case in court. Halimbawa, yung transportation cost natin. Halimbawa, yung pagkuha ng transcript of stenographic notes, which is important to lawyers. Halimbawa, yung pag-mail ng ating mga pleadings and the reproduction cost. There are some avenues wherein the respondent is required to submit 7 copies of their pleadings, 5 copies. Costly rin po iyan. Many of these incidental costs are being shouldered by our policemen already.
Kaya i-shoulder yun ng legal. Pero don't you have enough budget para yun man lang din, di ba? Parang hindi naman siya talagang guilty, tapos with the cost that he's paying, as if na rin na-sentence na siya.
Well, first of all, hindi para sa legal service na masabing hindi sila guilty or guilty sila. What the legal service can assure our policemen is you are presumed innocent unless proven otherwise. And because of that presumption, nag-e-extend nga kami ng legal assistance sa'yo. However, it's not a question of wala kaming budget for it. It's a question of Congress allocating budget which we can use for that purpose. Alam naman po natin na ang paggamit ng pondo ng gobyerno ay hindi naman sa aming determinasyon kung paano. It's the Congress that would allocate us and tell us this type of budget you can spend as to cover for the legal expenses or incidental costs by respondent policemen facing service-connected cases.
Hindi pa papasok yun sa operational budget nila?
Ma'am, hindi po kasi kami operating unit. Ang PNP Legal Service po ay administrative support unit po kami. So, hindi po masyadong flexible ang aming budget to be spent on operational matters. Pero despite that limitation, gusto ko lang pong ihabol ito, no? Despite our limitation na hindi talaga kami operating unit, yung pong pinresent ko kaninang flagship project namin, which is a Memorandum of Agreement with the National Prosecution Service, isa po yan sa mga innovative projects namin, which we started late last year and this year. Sa pamamagitan po ng Memorandum of Agreement na to, our lawyers are able to assist in rendering legal assistance as prosecutors in court, prosecuting criminal cases which are the product of our operating teams on the ground. So, ka-partner, katuwang po namin ang mga prosecutors dito. And in that limited sense, we can say that we're also supporting our police operations.
Pero hindi naman limited yung pagiging ng tulong ng isang police or other work-related cases based na basa.
Ano pong ibig niyo sabihin work-related?
Halimbawa ako na naakusahan ako na dinimanda ako dahil sa may drug operation. Pagkatapos, sa isang operation, na demanda na naman siya.
Ay.
Pwede ba humingi uli ng tulong sa inyo? Hanggang ilang beses?
Frequency ang ibig mong sabihin. Hindi naman, as long as it is service connected. In fact, some of the cases of our policemen being handled by our lawyers pertain to both criminal and administrative. Sometimes pati civil for damages na nasasama namin yan. If it arose from the same act or series of act, which we have pretty much determined as a service connected, na-accommodate naman po yan ng legal service.
Usually, ma'am, ilang kaso na nagawa ng mga lawyers per lawyer? On average?
I will not have any data ngayon, wala akong ready data, but during our last lawyers forum and during the last time that we made an inventory of it, ang lawyers natin sa region, depending on the circumstances or peculiarity of their locality, sometimes as high as 20 cases, 10 cases, and sometimes as few as 2, 3, or 5, depending on the locality, depending on the program thrusts of the commander, depending on the number of lawyers assigned in that unit. Kung mas konti ang lawyers namin doon, talagang hahandilin niya ang karamihan, if not all. Pero kung for regions like Region 4A or Region 3 kung saan 6 or 5 ang lawyers namin doon, the average would probably be, I would say, 5 to 8 each case.
Yung
Cases.
ng 2015, saan po karamihan? Region, for example, NCR? May breakdown.
Oo, according to our breakdown, ang pinakamarami na respondent natin ngayon is Region 5. So, we have 47 PCOs and 15 PNCOs, followed by Region 1. 8 commissioned officers and 34 non-commissioned officers.
Ma'am, parang go against the nasabi mo lambat sibat, the lambat sibat is just launched in the region, di ba? Lambat sibat started in Metro Manila in June, di ba? Parang it's not.
Bicol, wala pa
Ang Lambat Sibat as a program is a drumbeat for our units and personnel to intensify police operations. Pero hindi nangangahulugan na in the past before Lambat Sibat, hindi nagko-conduct ng police operations ang ating mga policemen on the ground. And for these cases and for these operations,
Not necessarily within the lambat sibat.
it could be one of the explanations. But really, there's a regular conduct of police operations by our policemen, and for which they encounter service-connected cases.
So, di ba ma-identify, ba ito, bakit Bicol, is it an anti-wetting operation? Romesma yung wetting lord?
Yung mayor.
Sir, I only have the figures right now to be able to identify kung ano tong mga types of cases na ito at sino-sino o anong klaseng operation ito. We'll have to check the records forwarded to the headquarters by our regional officers doon. So I will not have any data ngayon kung ano po itong mga service-connected cases na ito.
Ma'am, isang mabilis na lang, 2012 nagsimula yung legal service formally extending assistance to...
Hindi po. Ang mandato po namin exists during as early as the PNP law. The mandate for us to extend legal assistance is already written in law. Except that for the last 5 or 6 years, the legal service has shifted its thrust into a proactive stance. Beginning 2010 up to this present time, ang focus ng legal service is to deliver legal assistance to our policemen right at their doorstep. Halimbawa po, hindi lang itong pag-extend ng legal representation or legal assistance for their cases in court. Kami po, on a regular basis, travel to our regional and provincial legal offices to deliver lectures and seminars to our policemen there. In other words, they don't need to travel anymore here to Krame para maupo during our lectures and seminars. We travel there and deliver it to them.
No? Check ulit, ilan po ang lawyers na yun ng legal And ilan yung kailangan na number na ma-reach to service yung total total na 120,000.
Sige, ganito na lang para meron tayong ballpark figure. There are total of 101 lawyers, 101 lawyers at the moment. Some are undergoing schooling. So that's our strength. And then there are a little less than 90 provinces that we have. And then we have 16 CPOs at the NCRPO at saka meron tayong PCP. We have 17 regions and 5 district offices in the NCR. So, mathematically, medyo malaki ang kakulangan.
O hindi ba nangyayari?
Hindi, wala.
O hindi ba nangyayari na natalo sa isang, or hindi naka-attend sa isang hearing dahil kulang ang lawyer ng legal service?
Hindi mangyayari yan kung halimbawang the lawyer is diligent enough to ask for a motion for postponement, a deferment in the court. Hindi kinakailangang mangyari sa amin yan because as lawyers, we understand, we know that we cannot just abandon the cause of our client. And there are many remedies that we can pursue in court para maiwasan na madidismiss ng isang kaso because of absence or failure to attend.
Question. Doon sa 426 na cases, meron ba kayong na-encounter doon na na-accuse ng planting of evidence? And they're denying it?
Hindi siguro namin mamomonitor na meron dyan na accuse of planting of evidence and they're admitting it or denying it because when they apply the merits of determining kung service related ito, it redounds to the board. If the board will determine na this is service connected, aming tutugunan. Pero kung halimbawang ang tanong mo is mayroon ba ditong mga kaso na they are vehemently objecting or denying na nagplant sila ng evidence, we're lawyers, we will have to once the board determines this is a service-related case which we can represent, our cause is to our client. So if they admit it, deny it, we will have to be faithful to the client's cause.
In that case, dun sa airports, anong action ang ginagawa dun sa mga na-accuse?
Mga na-accuse na policeman.
Di ba may dalawa na narinig?
Sa ngayon wala pa dahil hindi naman kami nakakatanggap ng mga requests from them asking for legal assistance sa amin in the form of being represented. So wala pa kaming involvement or na iapapaabot na tulong o ayuda in that regard sa dahilan na wala naman kami natatanggap na requests.
Speaking of controversial cases, I remember the EDSA Holiday case, walang humingi ni isa doon ng legal assistance.
Or qualified ba sila?
Especially from the PNCO, speaking of the PNCO.
One thing that we would like the public to understand, our policemen to understand sa aming legal representation projects, aming mandato. Once the chief PNP, once the commanders already decide that our policemen will have to be administratively investigated for possible charges as evidence warrant, once the commander makes that decision, the legal service cannot anymore entertain requests for legal assistance. Ito ay naka-anchor sa aming primary function that we are serving as the legal counsel of the PNP. And therefore, if the command already makes that decision, we will be performing conflict of interest already.
So parang kahit personally you believe that the police officer somehow parang medyo since sinabi ng board, you defend this, even if it's against your will, you have to defend it?
No, it's not a question of it's our belief or it's not our belief or it's our desire or not our desire. We are officers of the law. So if there is a client's cause we will address that. And we are also officers of the PNP. So, kung iyon ang alinsunod sa aming mga guidelines, iyon ang aming ipapatupad.
So basically, yung board naman will not just pick up na kahit guilty by aside sa'yo.
True. Ang aming guidelines in determining kung service-connected ito includes parameters kung alin yung mga klase ng service-connected cases.
First spokesman ng PNP na babae.
Lawyer.
Hindi na ako.
The advantage of being a lawyer.
Kapag yun naman.
Ma'am, kung tayo sa lawyer, meron ba kayong gustong sabihin sa mga gustong mag-lawyer?
Tapos magkano yung sinusweldo?
Salamat sa opportunity. You know, in the past 5 years, nahihirapan kami to encourage our lawyers, especially the ones who newly passed the bar, to come join us. In fact, the last time, meron kaming kinukoin na tagline of phrase, there's the bench, sabi namin, there's the bar, but there's the badge. So if you're a lawyer, wear the badge, sabi namin. It's an invitation to our lawyers to come join us and serve the Philippine National Police. Perhaps in the next year, this has already been talked about in our conferences. We will intensify our invitation by going directly to the law schools nationwide para doon kami makapanghikayat ng mga lawyers under bar, lawyers to entertain joining us in the service. Well, admittedly, napaka-lucrative ng private practice sa labas. You know, if you're a lawyer wanting to establish a private practice, you would really prefer. And then in terms of compensation, siguro, hindi kami masyadong at par with the private lawyers being hired by private companies. So I think that's one factor that that is not very very inviting to our lawyers.
So ano yung sasabi mo for the lawyers na bakit ginajustify niya na mag-join sila sa inyo?
Because we have the badge.
Badge lang?
Hindi.
Anong perks?
Hindi.
So parang hindi ba enough yung parang meron na silang bar? So parang why is so proud of this badge? Meron akong junior legal officer na natanong dito, but then siya, PNCO siya. Ako, galing talaga ako sa NUP, civilian ako. I would say that the best factor that I could tell the lawyers is there's an opportunity to serve our countrymen in a way that no other lawyer can serve our countrymen. You know, we're taking care of peace and order, we're taking care of public safety, we are taking care of disasters, nandiyan tayo. If you're a lawyer supporting our police commanders perform that function efficiently, effectively, and in accordance with law, it's the kind of lawyering for the people that no other lawyer can do in a similar way. I guess that's it.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Ma'am, 2004.
When you passed the bar when?
Ma'am, I passed the bar in 2002. Nasa legal service ako in 2003 as non-uniformed personnel. And then, nung nag-open ng program for lateral entry, nag-apply po ako and I got commissioned in 2004.
Okay.
Thank you po. Thank you po.
May other matters ba? Ang haba na nung elaboration ng lawyer eh. Another lawyer, laging elaborate.
Si ma'am sabi niya may badge, ang minsan may pen.
Oh yeah. May kanya-kanya tayo role sa buhay. Sira na yan, Mali eh. Okay pa?
Japan yan, sir. Japan.
I know this is more of an EFPP and the EFP issue.
Yes.
Pero, yung how are we taking yung information given by ang Cotabato Mayor that a group or there's a recruitment going on in Central Mindanao for ISIS?
Nabanggit nga ng Armed Forces of the Philippines. In fact, ang coordination ng PNP at saka Armed Forces is close. Again, we emphasize wala pong direct link yung mga grupo na yon sa ISIS. We have been giving that statement before. Even nung nangyari yung sa France, yung APEC. And of course, ang pinaka main event natin na highlight talaga yung APEC, di ba? So despite of that, wala naman talaga tayo nakikita na direct link sila. May mga na-recover doon, but again, ang sasabi nga namin is there is no evidence that would show that this group is directly linked with ISIS. Thank you and good morning, Franz. Ay, Raymond.
Report yung ASG na
Absi Group. Yes.
Supposedly may 21 na tinanggal for investigation sa Tanimbala. May ano ang information niyo? Ano ba sila dito magre-report?
Check natin, Raymond, kasi local unit ang involved dyan, ano? But initially, nabanggit na rin yan na the investigation, una yung dalawa na na-relieve because of the lapses dun sa investigation na finale na sa Piskalya. Second is, nabanggit na rin ni Chief that there is may inconsistency doon sa number ng mga reports nila as to kung ilan yung na-file at ilan yung na-report ng OTS. As regard doon sa mga ibang relief na present na relief na ginawa nila, wala akong, i-check ko muna kay General Balagtas kung anong reason doon. But basically yung mga previous, dahil nakikipag-communicate tayo sa Aviation Security Group is during the height nung report na yan is, one is, yun nga, investigation lapses. Number two is yung inconsistency ng mga data na final nila as against dun sa tinon-over ng OTS. Kaya nagkaroon ng relief doon. Janet.
Sir, kumana na ba yung, nagsimula na ba yung lifestyle check natin sa mga
again, may I emphasize, Janet, na kung babasahin mo yung transcript ni Chief PNP doon is that nakalagay doon, it is a ano sabi doon? Hindi option eh. Kumbaga last resort yun eh. Kung ma-prove talaga na involved sila, then doon papunta yun. Yun ang essence doon. So sa ngayon na nagkakaroon pa naman ng investigation, I think tawag dyan is bago mangyari yun, dapat may ma-prove muna na involved nga sila doon sa the Tanimbala, whatever is that called.
So premature pa yun, sir?
Hindi naman premature. Ibig sabihin,
wala pa kasi na
yes, bago yun, ito yung mangyayari. So kung wala pa to, wala pa naman na-prove, bakit pupunta ka sa option na yun kung wala pa nga dito? Yun naman ang sinabi doon. Yun ang context nun. I've even reproduced that statement of the chief, and kung babasahin mo yun, ganun ang context nun.
So parang sinasabi natin, sir, yung lifestyle check can be done only after they are charged for that Tanimbala issue.
Kung ma-prove talaga sila na involved sila doon, di ba yun ang nakalagay doon? Sabi doon is kung may, wala dito yung text ko eh, pina-transcribe ko yun eh. So, ang spirit nun is ganun. So, somebody kung may makita talaga na involved sila, then i-lifestyle mo siya.
So sir, ang status ngayon, sir, ongoing lang yung investigation?
Yes, ongoing yung investigation dito sa mga members ng ABSI Group.
How material is the result doon sa NBI investigation sa Tanimbala?
Yung NBI, ang iniimbestigahan nila is yung, kung meron, di ba? Meron talaga yung ganong scheme. Sa part naman ng ABSI Group, yung administrative lapses ng tao nila as pertain to other procedures na ginagawa. Katulad ng halimbawa yung sa investigation, internal nila yun eh. Halimbawa ng inconsistencies, internal pa rin nila yun. But as whether there is this kind of scheme, part ng NBI yun. Part ng PNP, nakikipag-cooperate kami sa kanila to produce our personnel o anuman ang data na meron kami para ma-ensure yung investigation nila is kumbaga kasama yung ABSI Group sa pagbibigay ng mga impormasyon na kailangan ng NBI.
Doon sa issue ng lifestyle, paano kung may mga magbibigay ng information from the public to the PNP? Meron na bang, pwede bang gano'n? Halimbawa, kung meron silang ebidensya against somebody who is supposed or suspected to be naka-assign dun sa aviation.
Pwede naman siguro isama nila yun sa investigation. Kung siguro sa NBI kasi let us distinguish, yung NBI, yung malaki yung kanilang, kumbaga, tinitingnan na angulo. Sa ABSI group naman yung internal aspect nun. But the internal aspect could be part of the contribution doon, o may mga data ron or any documents that could contribute dun sa investigation. Kung meron man, then andyan naman ang NBI to appreciate such evidence if they think they need that. And of course, andyan naman ang ABSI group para maging maayos yung investigation. Okay, thank you. That's me.
Pero hindi naman siya natanggal, di ba? Yung mga tao.
Di naman. Sa tropa nila.